balls. Joining me in this workout are Xana and Jennifer. Let's get you started in active sitting. If you bring your feet up like you're riding a horse, ride 'em cowboys, you're going to have to use all your trunk muscles, your abs, to balance. So just wiggle around there and let me give you some parameters. To purchase a ball for exercise, you need to look to a ball that fits your body size. You need a right angle behind your knees and a right angle at your hips. For us, these are 55 centimeter balls, but if you're 6'2", you're going to need to have a ball with a wider diameter. Also buy an anti-burst ball. In the early days, there were balls that just popped like balloons, but now they're made of a new material, and though you could puncture them and deflate them, they won't just pop on you. Keep that ball clean, because when it gets dusty with grit on it, it will slide on some of the maneuvers we're doing. So keep a wet cloth or Windex and a dust cloth handy, and just go over it before you exercise every time. Keep the ball taut. Keep it topped up with air so that it's nice and firm, not mushy. And don't bounce. I have a friend who took one home, and she was being silly bouncing and talking to her husband, and one time when she was up, the ball went out and she whammed on the floor and actually cracked her tailbone. So keep your butt on the ball if you're sitting on it. If you can begin to do this sort of thing when you're watching television or talking on the phone, you're getting some really good trunk work and going on with your work at the same time. If you sit at a desk, if you're using it for a desk chair, you might need to make a bigger angle at your hips. You might need to be a little higher because it has to fit the height of your workstation. So in that case, you might need to have a bigger ball, but you might not want to exercise with that one. Right angle for your exercise ball. Your desk ball, your chair ball has to fit your workstation. Okay, the real work starts.
Yeah, I always recommend that if you can, find a square ball.
No.
Okay, maybe
She
not.
just.
We can put our feet
You're
down
doing
now.
just fine.
We put
You're
our feet
doing
down?
just fine. We're going to work on glute. Here you go. You're going to roll out on the ball here and use it like an incline bench. So there's a tight angle here, and your butt is almost on the floor. Now, if you've got flesh showing and a clean ball, you can probably do this without using your hands. But if you've got a shirt on that's going to slip around, you may just want to put your hands back there and hold the ball. You're going to lose one leg, and then with the power of these weight-bearing glutes, press up into a pelvic tilt. Now, be careful that you don't just roll back. The goal is to press right up. All ready? Let's try it. We lift up and down and down. Now, in the beginning, you have to wrestle with the balance. I know, I did too, but balance comes quick. There's a very fast learning curve, so just curse and keep working. Are you counting, Zan?
I'm counting. We got 4 more.
Okay. Now, you don't want to stop before that hard pelvic tilt. Have a look. Really pelvic tilt. This is just
Last
20 cents of
one.
the dollar. There's 80 cents of the dollar between there and there. Whoa. Okay. Switch legs. So often what you see is people just coming up this far. I want you to really pelvic tilt as much as you can to get your money's worth. Ready? Now work. Press up, come back down. You're just really using the ball to lean on as a pivot point, really. Try not to roll back on it. And really press your pelvis up.
If you're doing it right, you'll feel it in your butt.
That's right. True enough.
3 more.
But often when people don't come up into a full pelvic tilt, I hear,
Last one.
that's not very hard. If it's not very hard, you're not pressing up far enough.
There's all kinds of ways to cheat with this ball.
Yeah,
But we won't tell you them all.
Okay, let's talk about spine for a minute. If I stand here like this, stand here, kneel here, that's a neutral spine. But if I arch my back, I'm in extension. If I round my low back, I'm in flexion. So horizontally, here's neutral, flexion, extension. In this work, you want to keep it in neutral. It is the power of your abdominal muscles that's going to hold your spine in neutral. And we're going to present challenges to those core muscles and ask them to hold neutral, like this tiptoe bridge. Roll out, use your buttocks to keep you up, and use your trunk muscles to maintain a neutral spine. Now, keeping these hips absolutely level and stationary, you're going to tiptoe and down, tiptoe and down. Now watch what wants to happen. You tend, when you tiptoe, to lose that neutral trunk and you rotate your hips and drop. You want to get to where you can tiptoe and down, tiptoe, and nothing moves here. And in the beginning, just put your fingertips on the floor. That's okay. So balance is not such an element. Tip, toe, and down. Now, if you're ready to make a little more challenge, move your feet together. Tip, toe, and down. Tip, toe, and down. And up, and up. And if you want a little more challenge, play like there's a bolt right through your knees, up and down, and you can try this. Tiptoe, extend, back, down. Tiptoe, extend, back. And now the balance does become an element, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, where's my square ball?
Now we can make it even more challenging by losing the hands. Tiptoe, extend, back and down. Tiptoe, extend. Now, you really got to use your glutes here. Your abdominal muscles are working so hard to keep you in balance.
That's 9.
But is that 9 a leg?
That's not 9 a leg. That's 10 altogether.
Okay, we got 10 more. And
Oh yeah.
down, and out, and back, and down. Listen to her complain. And out, back, down. Now don't be afraid to start playing around with the balance, lifting your hands off the floor. It's just amazing how fast you learn it. And out. What if I put a little petri dish right on your lower belly, and the petri dish had sulfuric acid in it?
Oh my.
That's about 10 a leg.
Okay.
Let's go for positive reinforcement here.
Yeah, well, I thought that would
About?
be incentive. Last one, you're done. All right. Roll up. Let's do forward curls. Now, on the ball, if you have your feet apart, it's pretty much like the floor. There's really no balance. So narrow your base of support and lead with your chest, not a poking head. Try and keep your neck in neutral and come up and up, but not back to rest. Don't go all the way down. Keep tension on the muscle group. Up, and maybe halfway down, right there. Up, and just halfway down. So you never let the muscles rest. Up, and down. Careful that you don't poke your head forward. It's actually better to look up than forward.
Always a
more.
good idea to breathe.
Yeah, just don't hold your breath. Good point, Jen.
Last one.
And we go up, and we are done. Okay, I need you to move your ball to a wall so we can anchor our feet against the wall. To use your oblique abdominal muscles, we're going to do an anchored side bend. So you need to get this ball on your hip. Now, if you put it on your waist, you're not going to have enough range of motion. So throw your hip against the ball and then roll out, putting your bottom foot forward of your top leg. Put your hands either behind your head or on your chest is easier, and you're going to dip down as low as possible and just come up. So start down and we'll lift. And it's up and down and down. Just go through as big a range of motion as comfortable to you. Down and down, up and up. That's it, hang on. You'll start to feel it at about number 5.
At about now.
If you can't crack off 10, don't worry about it. Strength training is anaerobic. It's stop and start. So you just do as many as you can
More.
and then rest. Catch us back up later.
Here's the last one.
Up and up. Now stay down, stay right there, and roll over on top of the ball so you're prone. Wedge your feet against the wall so the ball is way down on your belly here, even on your pubis bone. And you're going to do back extensions. You can have your hands here or behind. The farther your hands are from your trunk, the harder it is. You're in flexion. Come up to neutral. And if it's comfortable, even come up to back extension. Now, if that hurts your back, if it's the least bit uncomfortable, stop at neutral. Here we go. Up and down. You're in flexion, neutral, extension, neutral, flexion. So your neck is also in neutral or straight. This is the little erector spinae muscles in your low back working, but no weight. We're not loaded, the spine is not overloaded, and we're not going fast. Good control, nice and slow. Up and up
Now, this
and
would be
down.
one that, well, I'll only come partway up with.
Oh, you're
That'll
just
be
coming
it.
to neutral? Sure.
Just going slightly past it.
Yep. Now let's do the obliques on the other side. So put this ball at your hip, roll over, rearrange your feet so that the bottom foot is forward. You're situated, hands where you want them. Start down and lift. Up and down and down. 2 and up and down. That's it. Boy, you can really feel those muscles in the side of your trunk working. You're going up as far as you're going down. And up and down and down. Up. Now, Jen, this is the side that's hard for you.
Yeah, this is the side that I have a lot more range of motion on.
Oh, it's the other one that's a bit injured.
Yeah, it's still quite restricted.
2 more.
Jennifer was creamed in a head-on collision 4 months ago. That was not her fault.
Not my
Not
fault.
her fault. And she's still rehabbing. You'll get there.
Get there. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we're going to do planks next. Move back to the center of the floor. To challenge your abdominal muscles with this plank, start with your hands quite low down on the ball and then roll out over it. Now, my hips are in pike position, so I'm going to bring them in. And already my abs are really working hard. Now, the tendency is here to fall into extension. Now, don't let that happen. No, 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 no. Use your abs to hold your spine in neutral. And then if you want more challenge, roll out further and increase the angle under your underarm. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Out you roll,
We
pals.
were hoping you'd just do a few more demos there.
Oh, I'm already starting to shake a bit. If your belly starts to quiver, it just means you're working hard. And this is demanding shoulder work, too.
I was going to say, how could you not work hard? Are we done yet?
Yes, roll back to rest. Now, a tip. If your brain even thinks discomfort, strain, oh, my low back doesn't feel right, you're slipping into an arch, work these belly muscles harder or just back up a little bit. Just decrease this angle. When you're right up over top the ball, it's not nearly as much work as when you're way out there. When your bridge is more vertical, your plank is more vertical, it's easier. When it's more horizontal, it's harder. Out we go. Just go as far as you think you can handle, and we count. 10, 9.
Oh, I don't think so.
8, 7. Listen to her complain. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll back. How you doing, Zan?
Good.
Okay. It's hard work. You could do these every day. Your abdominals were meant to do this. They're stabilizing. That's what they do every minute. That's what they're supposed to do every minute of your waking life. So this is exercise that you can do on a daily basis. You don't need a day off for recovery. Okay, one more time. Roll out as far as you dare.
You know, Charlene,
And just hold it.
this kind of strength is what really helped to save me through that accident.
I don't
the core
doubt
conditioning.
that. I do not doubt that.
Without that kind of strength, I would probably still be totally incapacitated.
Boy, you will have bounced back so much faster than the guy who's not well conditioned. Think about your trunk here. Cop out, take a rest when you need to. It's okay. Oh, I am shaking and
counting?
quivering. I'm
That's
gonna
gotta
call
be
it.
10.
Okay. Woo! That's a great bridge. Now, move into your upper back muscles. Have a look. We're gonna hug the ball. Just sit down and hug the ball as big as you can. So put your fingers right there, and now don't let them slip around the ball. You're gonna get as big a grasp as you can, and don't let your fingers move. And now you're gonna try to compress the ball against your chest, and your scapula retract a little. The range of motion is small, but you can probably feel this in your upper back. Release and squeeze and hold and release. Here you go again. Compress the ball, squeeze it, hold it, and release. Squeeze and hold, release. Again, squeeze. Can you feel your upper back working?
Oh, yeah.
And release. Squeeze. Can we try it a little faster? Release. Let's squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze and compress. Last 4. Here's 3.
This is so good for
Here's
posture,
2,
huh?
and 1. Yeah, you know, that almost makes you sit up straight,
Oh,
doesn't it?
absolutely.
Okay, same thing, slightly harder version. You can do this from your knees or your feet. With your elbows straight, you're just going to let your shoulder blades come together and then apart. So it's scapula retraction, scapula protraction. Now, from the knees, it's not nearly as much work on the upper back as from the feet, but it's plenty of work here. You gotta use these belly muscles. Anytime we make you lean over like that, you're contracting the transverse abdominal muscle and all the others as well. So that's a training procedure. We're gonna do this in a slightly harder position from the feet. So just get a good grasp on the ball and dip down and press up. Okay, up you come. We'll try and crack off 10. Do as many as you can comfortably. Take a rest and catch us back up. We dip down and up, down and up. Think about your belly. Trunk is in neutral. Really contract your abdominal muscles so that you don't arch your back. Down and up, down and up. Anybody counting?
Last one.
Last one and up. Ease it down. Whoa.
I kind of like those.
I do too. The ball is a great apparatus for strength training. Okay, we're moving on to hamstrings. Come down on the floor, put your feet up on the ball. Now there's some distance between your feet. Don't glue them together. My heels are touching the ball and my lower calves are touching the ball. Your hands can be out on the floor to assist in balance. Everybody come up into a bridge, and then you're going to curl your ball in toward your trunk, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Now, if you have some sort of pre-existing neck injury and this puts too much pressure on your cervical spine, your option is to keep your trunk lower to the floor, your butt lower to the floor. It's not as much hamstring challenge, but it's a good option. And then when you get really good at this, you can lose your hands altogether and increase the balance challenge. So lots of options. In the beginning, you're really going to wrestle with this ball, and you'll need your hands out to help you. Okay, everybody, let's curl. We got 10 of these. And out, and out. Here's 9.
Boy, balance is a big issue with these, huh? That's the all big part of the training. But it does come.
Yeah, initially, it really is perplexing in the early stages.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. And you know, if the arms over your head are a little bit too challenging, bring them in and just let them rest on your chest.
2 more.
That's your halfway point.
Yeah, because that keeps more of your shoulder on the
Last
floor.
one.
And down, stay in your bridge. Hold it right there just a second. Now ease it down to the floor, and you deserve a stretch. Pull up one leg, keeping the other on the ball, and just put a little gentle pressure behind that thigh. Careful here that you don't press your back into the floor. Sometimes that makes people think they're getting more of a stretch because the foot comes closer to the head. I'd rather you keep your trunk in neutral and not go into back flexion and just stretch the hamstring group here.
Those hamstrings are usually pretty tight after that exercise,
Yeah,
so you probably
yeah.
shouldn't be pulling them in too close.
Yeah. Yeah, because we worked them maximally.
Yeah. You just want a gentle yet firm tug right now with this stretch.
In fact, the sign that you're trying to overstretch is when your muscles kind of start to quiver. They're working to protect against overstretching. Let's move into a glute stretch here. So if you roll the ball in now and press your ankle with your other leg, and then use your elbow or your hands to press your knee to the outside, you get a great glute stretch here.
You have to watch those hips again, right, Charlene? Because quite often on this one, people lift their hips.
How do you mean from the tailbone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So keep your back in neutral. Don't press your back to the floor. And let's grab the other hamstring group. So the ball leg is extended, back is in neutral, and you just put some comfortable, gentle pressure here behind your thigh. Oh, I tell you, I love the strength training. Jen, you said if you hadn't had that kind of core strength, you wouldn't rehab after your accident so quickly. I think at my age, without the core strength, I'd be downright crooked. Actually, my mother did have, she did get crooked as she got older. So I'm thankful that that I started strength training early on.
A lot of strength training helps you to develop body awareness,
Yep.
how to hold your posture, and it becomes a natural position for you.
We've got a hard one coming up, folks. We're going to really challenge your triceps, your upper back muscles, and your abdominal muscles. Now, this is really a tricep push-up. And you're going to come out over the ball. The farther you go out, the longer your plank, the harder this always is. So you're going to roll out over the ball. I like to put it just above my knees. And your hands are right under your shoulders. It's not the old style push-up with your hands far apart. Your hands are right under your shoulder joints. Now you cantilever out a little bit over your hands. And right here, you'd like to go into back extensions. It's the natural, easy way out. No, 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 no. Use your abs. Hold that trunk in neutral. As your head comes down, your elbows go straight back, and your feet have to come up because you're a plank of wood and you don't bend. So if that gets too hard for you, you can roll back a little bit and put your face nearer your hands. But try and start out with your face well beyond your hands. Okay, in position, my friends.
Okay.
We'll see how we do. Again, your trunk is in neutral. Your hands are right under your shoulders. And we lower. Down and up and up. Down and up. Xana's counting.
I'm counting.
Try to keep your elbows coming straight back. Boy, can you ever feel that in your triceps.
Is that 10 yet, Xana?
And your upper back.
Almost.
Oh, she laughed.
I need your brain to be concentrating on your trunk, on your middle. If this is getting too tough, you
Two
can
more.
roll back. Look, I've rolled back, and it's easier.
Last one.
Down, and up, and up. Woo! Woo!
Ooh, those burn the
Okay.
triceps.
Holy smokes.
All right. Let's give those triceps a stretch. Get on the ball and press your arm right across your chest.
That was a tough series.
Good.
Yeah, no joke. And try that overhead. Put just a little pressure right above your elbow.
Susanna, you made those look awfully easy.
Did I?
Yes.
Don't arch your back here. Keep your back in neutral. Okay. Other arm, across the chest. Now look, that's a half-hour workout. If you've got time now to do the next half hour, terrific. You'll just get 2 sets on some muscle group. That's fine. But if you've got to go off to work, make it a good day. Stay on the ball. We're going to train your quadriceps. If you place the ball right about there and press it up against the wall, then when you squat down, it'll roll up to about your lumbar spine. So your start position is your feet well out in front and apart, more than shoulder width apart. And then roll down for a test position. And are your shins vertical? Because you don't want to be like this. You want your shins vertical, your knees right on top of your ankles, right above your ankles. Okay, are you ready? I know you love this.
Oh, I do.
We're going to roll down. Come on down. And just stay there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll up.
This is a good one to do reading a book or reading an article, or it's got to
You
be a
could
short
read
one.
and do this?
Jennifer doesn't
short one.
absorb a lot. She just calls.
Speed reading.
Okay, this time we're going to go up and down to a count of 2. Here we go. Down and up and up. Down and down. You don't have any trouble knowing where your quadriceps are.
Not at all. I think this is what Xana trains all the time, don't you, Xana?
Xana's
Yeah,
got
I do
strong
these.
legs.
These still hurt right there.
Yep. It's your body weight. If you wanted to make these harder, and Lord knows why you would, you just add body weight here. You just hold weights in your hand. But
That's the thing. The more you train, the more they may seem to come easier.
That's
However,
true.
then you
That's
start
true.
to challenge yourself more.
That's right. You keep upping the ante.
That's right, exactly.
Really? One more?
Sure.
Xana would like to do 20 more, I think.
Okay, take a rest. We're going to go down once more and hold it. You know what? This comes in really handy when you're hiking in the woods and the nature calls, or when you're in a public washroom and you just don't want to sit down all the way. Quadricep strength, oh, thank you. Okay, come on down. Let's just hold it. Think about something else. You're going to do one leg?
No.
But
Can
thanks
you do
for
one
asking.
leg?
Ooh,
You
momentarily.
should do the other leg.
Ooh.
Okay. Are we done now?
No, 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 no. Just stay here. Hang on.
This
Hang
used to
on.
be a popular position for skiing, but it's not anymore with all the development of skis and the balance.
Those guys have got to have strong legs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
telemarking?
All right,
Wow.
I'm finished. I'm finished. Bring it
Ugh.
up. We weren't finished our talk.
Yeah, we could go for some more.
But my quadriceps were screaming. Do you mind? Let's stretch them. Wedge your ball against the wall. Step out. Now, they're not stretching yet, are they? No. You have got to pelvic tilt. You don't get the stretch until you put on the pelvic tilt. So you're pressing down against the ball with your lower leg and pelvic tilting at the same time. Can you feel it?
I feel that.
Is it nice?
Very nice.
Quadricep is a huge group. They're big muscles, aren't they? In fact, I dare say they would be amongst the largest in your body.
And they're very strategically placed, I might add, you know, to hold the body and to help
Knees,
you. Yeah,
hips,
exactly.
strong quads, strong glutes. You got strong knees. Other side. Okay, so make sure the ball is really wedged there against the wall. Press down with your lower leg, the leg that's on the ball. It's like you're trying to compress the ball into the floor. Pelvic tilt. Oh, that is such a nice stretch.
The pelvic tilt really makes it, though.
Yeah, and if you don't pelvic tilt, you ain't gonna get your money's worth.
No.
Okay, we did the front of the legs. We're gonna go back to the center of the floor and work those hamstrings right now. Okay, to work the hamstrings, put your feet on the ball. Now, you're gonna lift up into a bridge. This is a single leg hamstring curl if you can manage it. If you can't, you do the double leg hamstring curl until you're stronger. To get into a single leg, you just lift one leg and try and keep that leg pointing straight up. Try and keep that leg vertical rather than bringing it to your head, because that takes your trunk out of neutral into flexion. You're going to need your hands here for balance. Here we go. Here's up and down. So this is the concentric, the eccentric contraction. Hamstrings contract, and now eccentric. Concentric,
These are pretty
eccentric.
effective.
It is really challenging. So if you're new to the one leg hamstring, you may have to take a rest here and there, because it's much harder work than two legs. Hang on.
So I think we've only got three.
Two
Oh,
more.
maybe only two more.
And here's your best one. Up and up. Now stay in your bridge. Stay in your bridge right there. Both legs come down into the bridge and release slowly.
Ooh, let's stretch that.
Okay, yeah, let's stretch because you really worked it hard. Pull that leg up. Keep your back in neutral. Avoid pressing your back into the floor, thinking that because your foot comes closer to your face, you're getting a better hamstring stretch. Whew, almost takes your breath away, doesn't it? Really brute strength. All right, now if your hamstring is, if your leg's starting to quiver, it means you're trying to stretch too much. Just let it off a little bit rather than quiver. Let's catch the glute stretch right there too. If you'll bring your foot across the center line, put some pressure on that lower leg from the ball leg. Use your elbow or your hands to press your knee out, and trunk still remains in neutral. That's it. Press it because you really worked it. And other side to work. So get up into your bridge, lift the other leg, and ready? Let's curl. In and out and out. Now I got to tell you, in the beginning, when you're still kind of wrestling with the ball balance issue,
It's
sometimes
frustrating.
it is frustrating.
But you catch on quick to these.
learning curve is fast. But sometimes the ball slips a little bit as you uncurl. So it's not unusual that you have to kind of get a new footing on the ball. That happens. Don't worry about it.
Only one more.
This
One
has got to
more.
be last one.
And down. Hold it right there. The leg comes down. You're in a double leg bridge. Ease it down to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And stretch. Ah. Sometimes on those you almost feel like the ball is trying to creep away from you, back the other way. So it truly does get so much easier just with practice. And call me crazy, but I find this a lot easier with shoes on. I have much better control of the ball with shoes than bare feet. And it is totally hopeless with sock feet.
Socks are no good with the ball.
No, because they're just too slippery. Okay, let's try glute. Bringing that in. You know, most of this ball work is global work. We don't much isolate one muscle group. Occasionally, like when we did the glute sit in the first workout and the quads we just did at the wall. But much of this is global. All muscle groups working. And that is a real benefit because that's how we operate in life pretty much.
Whenever you balance, you're using muscles.
Yes, that's right.
Increasing your strength.
Absolutely. Balance is such beneficial work. I don't want you to feel like we're trying to make ballerinas out of you. We're trying to...
We're not?
That could take a while.
We're trying to be competent, functional, physical beings so that we are healthy and injury-free. Okay, try this one. It's hard. You're going to roll out into a plank, and I like to put the ball just below my knees, on my shins. And you got to keep the back in neutral whenever you're in this extended position. You're going to tuck up. So now my back is in flexion. I'm in a tiny little ball. And I pop out to a long plank. And here is where you'll tend to let go and arch your back. No. You make those abs work and hold neutral. Okay, up you go.
This is a great one, actually.
I like it too.
Just stay off the knees, that's all.
Yeah,
Right?
it hurts your knee joints when the ball's underneath your knees. Either put it above or below, not on the knee. Okay, you ready to work?
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
ready.
Here we go. Tuck, up and out and out. In and out. And watch out the back. Inflection, now to neutral. And tuck, extend right out.
My classes really like this one.
Oh, good.
I'm lying. But we do it a lot.
Think about your back. Your brain needs to be focused on your back.
Think
Right
about
here.
2 more.
Okay. And out. Best
Last
one yet?
one.
Now hold this plank, hold it. Now, what I'd like you to get good at is rolling back rather than just hopping off right where you are. Just be careful. Take it slow. No rush. All right. Now, we're just resting. We're actually going to do that plank again, but we're going to stress the oblique abdominal muscles. So, initially, you're going to assume the very same position, and now just drop your hips to one side, and you're going to roll in this way, so you're really challenging the obliques. So get in your forward plank.
These are Xana's, by the way,
This
so watch her.
Xana brought this home from the University of British Columbia Department of Kinesiology. Okay, drop your hips and let's tuck. We go in and out and out. The balance is a bigger element here. You really have to control that ball.
Stay focused.
That's it. I find cursing helps a lot. I've done my share. In and in.
Halfway.
See, can't you tell? These are so easy for her.
And yet she's the tallest of all of us. The longer your plank, the harder it is.
Here comes your last one.
And in and out. Now stay there and move back to your prone plank and carefully roll back. Woo! We're gonna do the other side, but I just need to catch my breath. How's your ball? Getting dusty or gritty? Try and keep that sucker clean. In classes where I teach ball, we just keep damp rags all over the place. They're in every corner. Because just by getting that dust off of there, your ball will perform better. Ready? All right, here we go, team. Out into a prone plank. Got your ball where you want it? All right. Drop your hips. We go. In and out. Tuck right in. Big long plank. In and out. Now after about the third one, you can really feel the tension building in the side of your trunk. Those obliques working, and they don't get to rest. Hang on, team. 3 more, and out you go. In. Here comes the last one. In and out, and stay there. Prone plank, back still in neutral. Roll back carefully. Woo!
This is such a nice stretch if you want to just hang on the
Catch
ball.
your breath. I see you doing that a lot.
It feels really good for my back.
We're going to take the same position again. And what you're going to do is lose a leg on the ball. Looks like this. Again, put the ball below your knees. Real challenge here to keep your trunk in neutral. Don't lift your foot up. Lift your leg to the side. If I take it up, what happens to my back? I'm in extension. So just lift it to the side. Okay, guys, here we come. I'm
Going
waiting.
out?
This is largely balanced. Now the leg that's on the ball is slightly bent. It's certainly not locked. Are you there?
Okay, we're ready.
Take a leg off. Shake a leg, girl. And just hold it.
Helps if you find a spot to look at.
Yes, look straight down. Now, take the ball to the side, back and forth sideways, and lift off the other leg. Again, the ball leg is slightly bent, but think about your trunk. This is where it's real easy to slip into a back arch. Let's switch legs again. So the ball goes left to right, or right to left, not backwards and forwards. And one more switch. Trunk is in neutral. How long can we hold it?
We're shaking.
You're shaking?
I'm shaking.
Okay, let's rest. Roll off. Now remember, you always have the option to cop out early. Don't hold a position and corrupt the technique. Just get out of it. Just let your muscles rest and then get back into it. They're just getting tired and they just need rest. Okay, have a look at this one. We're really challenging the transverse abdominal muscle here, the one that goes around your belly, the deepest of your abdominal muscles. You're going to come back and use your adductor muscles, inside thigh muscles, to grip the ball. Now, you're really going to use your belly muscles to keep your trunk in neutral as you extend your legs just as far as comfortable. Now, my belly is really working. Let me show you what we don't want to happen. When you take your legs out, it's a real stress on your abdominal muscles, and this is what could happen, and that's the challenge, to prevent that back arch from occurring. So, get your trunk in neutral, and here we go. Take the ball out and bring it back in. Out and out and in and in. Out and out, in and in. Now, the more you can straighten your knees and keep your back down in neutral at the same time, the harder you're working. But let me show you a little cheating mechanism that's fair. You could take your ball higher in the air, and it's not nearly so hard.
Last one.
Out and in. Woo! Just catch your breath. Well, are we working hard enough for you?
Oh, yes.
The ball looks so innocent, but it can be hard.
Oh, I know. And you know, you hear people say, oh, I've really been training. I'm sitting on a ball at work now. Excuse me. I think the ball is a great apparatus for real strength training. Zan, I think these are among the best home hamstring curls you can do.
They're really specific, and that makes them really hard.
Yep. Okay, push-ups. You've been wanting to do the old military push-up that we all learned in phys ed class. You got it, baby. You're gonna roll out over the ball, and I'm likely to stop just above the knees. Wouldn't be surprised at all if Xana and Jennifer should go even farther, but that's gonna make it a much harder push-up. And spread your hands way apart, just like we used to do in the old days. And the challenge here, as your head comes down, your feet come up, and you keep your trunk in neutral. This is what you'll often see is back arching. So avoid that. So the work here is on your shoulder girdle and your trunk muscles, your abs. Okay, get up there and we'll crack off 10 or so. Ready? We go down and down.
I'll just join you for the next one.
And up. Oh yeah, just catch the last 3, Jen. That'll be fine.
There's a technique in that,
Down
you know?
and down. Trunk is in neutral now. I really want to see no evidence of back arching. Down and down. If you feel that you're starting to arch, move the ball higher up your legs or just rest. And up and up. Down and down. Neck is in neutral. Either look to the side or look down. Last one's in.
Last one.
Woo! Up and up. Carefully roll off. Oh, yes. It's time to weight train on the ball. Not just strength train, weight training. Grab all the dumbbells you've got. We use the ball as a poor man's incline bench for overhead presses. So roll out into a sitting position so your knee joint is quite tight and your bum is almost on the floor. Now, for your overhead presses, you're going to bring the weights together in front of your face, not directly overhead, because that would stress your shoulder joint, the rotator cuff. You ready? Up and down and down. Right up and down. You bring the weights down almost to shoulder height. And Xana is making this much tougher by just supporting on one leg. I don't even want to think about going there. Up and down. 3 more. Up and down. Last 2. And best one. Up and down and down. Good work. Okay, be careful how you stow your weights. When you lean over to pick up or put down weights, make sure your upper body is supported. Okay, a lighter weight for supine chest fly. So we're going to put your head on the ball as though it were a pillow. Using your glutes to hold your trunk in neutral. You're going to start with your weights overhead. And now there's not much elbow movement here. It's from the shoulder. So it's not this. It's this. Open out and close. Think butterfly wings. Ready? We go out and out and up and up. How far do you open your arms? To the point that you feel a really good stretch through your shoulder, and under your arm, in your shoulder joint, not on top of your shoulders, just at the edge of your chest, where your arm connects in. Think low back here. Try and keep your trunk in neutral.
I think about keeping my butt up.
And your butt up, yeah, it's a real tendency to dip down. How many? Last one, down and down. Now hold here, keep them up and bring them to your chest. Now sit up and stow them, bicep curls. Now, we're gonna balance on the ball as we do bicep curls. So if you do regular weight training, you may want to drop your weights down just a little bit. But boy, this is sure going to train you to have a good neutral spine when you do your curls. You can do single or double arm as you wish. Here we go. 10 and down. 9 and down. Hike those legs off the floor. This is balance work. It helps to find a center, a spot to focus on.
It makes a big difference
It's
to find
huge.
a spot.
That's how ballerinas do their twirls, you know.
See, we are ballerinas.
So are we going to be twirling on this soon?
I think
That's
you
the
better
next
speak
video
for
is
yourself
twirling.
then. Up and up. Don't get me laughing here.
One more after. Here we go.
Up
Last one.
and up and down and down. Whew, my feet were glad to touch land. Okay, we need to work the tricep overhead. So again, in the right-em cowboys position, with your feet hanging on. Now careful, don't arch your back here. You're gonna take your triceps into extension. Let me find my center. Okay, I got it. So we're gonna extend your elbows up and down. Here we go. Up and down and down.
You have
Up
to wobble around.
You do, I mean
Find
that's,
your center.
yeah. And up and down. I gotta concentrate here. Somebody else count. I found my spot. Up.
Halfway.
Ooh,
Halfway.
hard work. Boy, my trunk is busy thinking. I feel like I'm thinking from my belly.
Last two.
Whew.
Last one.
Woo! I held it. Oh gosh, that's good work. Man, is that effective. Okay, on your belly, reverse flies. What are you using? I'm thinking I've got a lot of weight here.
I'm thinking you guys are inspiration. I can't wait to get back to weights again.
Okay. Out you go on your belly. Keep your trunk in neutral here. Now initiate this from your not from your shoulders, from your back. Can you see my scapula, my shoulder blades working? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what you want. This is not just busy arm work. It's back work too. Ready? We lift up and down and down.
Oh.
Up
You know, I was
and up
thinking
and
if they
down.
watched the other videos, you would have that sense of the scapula isolation with the work that we did.
Right.
So you can actually get a really good idea of where this work is coming from.
I do see people doing this mindlessly at the gym and just doing the movement from the shoulder joint and missing out all that benefit
Two more.
Oh yeah.
in the upper back. Last one. Up and down. Woo.
If you do those right, you can really feel them
Oh
in your
man,
scapula.
that weight
Yes.
was just a little on the heavy side. That was a tenor. That was a challenge for me. Let's work deltoids. Get up in your Radom Cowboys position and find your center with palms either up
And
or
you run,
front.
cowboy. I'm
You're
keeping my
gonna
feet on
live
the ground.
up and up. Now, if that's a little too much balance right now, there is this position, one leg on the floor. At least it's not two, so pick. But eventually, 3 months from now, you promise, you'll be here. It's just exposure. Here we go. And she's up and down and down. That's it.
This could be work too,
Deltoids
you know?
working. Whew. I'm just concentrating.
So we're
Find
about
a spot.
halfway. I'm going to switch feet.
Well, since you've got a foot on the floor, you could do the counting. That's
Okay,
all
how
I
about
can
that
do.
being halfway?
All right.
Okay, so a little past halfway. That was 4.
Keep your palms either to the front or up. Whoa!
Last one.
One more
Okay, one more.
for the road.
Yep.
Whoa! And bring them down. Ah, good work. You know, even though you might have to lighten just a little bit when you're on the ball, it cultivates such good posture. It's worth it. It's a great complement to real strict weight training with weights. Want to just grab a tricep stretch there. Those tricep extensions overhead just about got me. So just pull that firmly across your chest. And switch off, other side. That's it. Really, really pull firmly. It's almost like you're trying to pull your arm out of that shoulder joint. But you
Gently.
won't. Gently. Press down. You know what you sometimes see is people doing this? Press down. You're gentle, but you're firm. Okay, let's do your chest. Just roll out on the ball. Put your head on the ball and just flop your hands out to the side here. That's it.
This is so good for people that spend an awful lot of time working over computers,
Desk
paperwork,
Yep,
on the phone. If you find yourself in that forward slouch position,
yep.
ah, yes.
Because at desk work, you're always in a rounded
Yep.
shoulder position. And this is the antidote. Now try this. It's going to feel quite nice. Clasp your hands overhead and just stretch out that way.
Oh, this feels good.
Yeah.
Pulls you away from your hips a little bit, stretches the whole torso.
You know, lots of people now are taking their balls to the workplace.
And so they should. What a great little ergonomic
And
development, huh?
Reclasp the other way. That's it. And come up. So here's your homework assignment. If you've got a ball in your house, whenever you're on the phone or watching television, get in this position. Just ride them cowboys. Yeah, we're all going to wobble around, and yeah, if you were out late the night before or didn't sleep, it's going to be more wobbly than on your good days. But just put in some mileage in this position. If you're at work, do this when you're on hold. Just you stay on the ball. Because remember, we're women with balls.